How we doing, folks? Got after morning coffee, sitting in a chair, looking at the view. As you can see, hat on, coat on. Oh, this morning was a little bit fresh. But there you go. As you can see over there, I'm a happy man because you just know those fresh mornings in this early autumn weather means for a nice day. T-shirt time. And time to keep soldiering on. But yeah, this week, got a lot of nothing to show you. It's been one of those weeks. But a week where, yes, trying to relax and unwind from the world north of the gate. Yeah, I'll talk about that one later on. Not this week. But the thing being is it takes me a while to sort of readjust. And the first week home, trying to catch up with jobs, trying to relax, trying to adjust. And as you saw last week, Ava, she wasn't very well. But good news, after a couple of days where I was just starting to get really thinking, we've got to go down and see the vet, she actually picked up and she's gone from strength to strength and she is okay. So I'm assuming she's obviously had something a little bit naughty that she shouldn't have eaten, perhaps, or something that disagreed with her. But she's okay now, and she's being playful. I said, I'll put up a little video, where they try to kill each other in the mornings. It's so amusing. But, yes, the big one, she's good. And I've been trying to help a friend out, and poor old Rachel, she's won a new car. And for you, Rachel, I'm now suffering with repetitive strain injury of the thumb. Not just because of you, though. Trying to help her find another car. But in process of finding another car and my search for stuff. I've been out most days, thinking, I'll come here and I'll stay here. But life doesn't always go the way you want it. And it can be frustrating. But I've been out and about, again, around here. I don't get upset about having to go out and about because there's very few people and the views are very good, as you can see. But preparing for the projects ahead.
Just because I can't let go of marketplace, I scroll and scroll and scroll. Now, thanks to Rachel's trader, I've got myself a bargain. Let's go get it.
I found sufficient materials, hopefully, that it's going to make the roof between my containers, giving me a bigger workshop, one I can work on my vehicles. And thank you, Rachel, for letting me use the horse box. So I've done that, and the preparing for winter is one of the jobs that we all do, is service the log burners, clean them, make sure everything's okay, because I've not used it for months. And I've known the last couple of years I've been kind of on borrowed time regarding that. And very fortunately, I found in two separate places, so two separate trips, enough suitable insulated flue, really very cheap, considering how much insulated flue costs if you buy it new. Little bit of fettling, but that'll be a project I'm hoping to do that you'll see next week about that. So this week has been, yeah, busy. Not necessarily as I would see it as productive, not achieving making things, but I've been achieving getting things to make things. And here we have all the bits I need. A little bit of luck. Got two 245s. I'll get the turning. New upright. This is two 1 metre lengths. Don't really need that bit. Probably going to use that bit, but I might use that bit. But this lot, considering what one piece would cost, this has saved me a lot of money. Yes, I've got a Fat Alexis, two different makes, but I know a way of getting around that one. And yes, before you worry, it'll be safe. So, what this is, if you can't see, is what they call the old Dexian, stand corrected, for racking, for like warehouses, all this, that and the other. I've seen a way that we can possibly adapt this, lots of it, and using this profile tin roof to make a nice roof over here. Definitely going to be a bit more challenging, but very clever use of that will make it happen. And on one of the wet moments, I managed to get better lighting here in my man cave. As you can see down the back there, I've got my electric push bike back home now. I'll be using that to go to my shopping trips and things like that. And a lot of stuff that needs to be sorted out. But on the nice days, I'm trying to catch up. This is where I like to be. This is what you could call my happy place. But all I'm doing, as you all know, wild tomatoes, or rogue tomatoes, they grew. They seem to have flourished. Downside is it's September now, and they're still trying to bud and flower. So all I'm doing is in a vain bid, and correct me if I'm wrong, but because I don't actually know the answer to this one, what I'm trying to do is stop the plant from trying to grow by cutting all the unnecessary parts of the plant away to where, like here, there's some tomatoes there, so let's see if they can turn red. If not, I guess it'll be a lot of green tomato chutney. But this is where I'm happiest, really. Why do I want to be anywhere else? I don't want to be anywhere else. I mean, as you see, I wake up in the mornings, my time's my own, and I'm very fortunate, you know, very, very fortunate. With that, you know, yeah, I can have relaxed mornings, and pottering in my garden. Yeah, I'm playing catch up to a certain extent, which is a little bit frustrating. I don't want to be playing catch up all the time. And I mean, I still got potatoes to pull up yet. That one, I'm not going to worry with that one at all. But we're just sitting there, and all I'm trying to do is in the times where I do get a chance to do this, and between the rain, because we've had quite a bit of rain of late, I'm trying to, yeah, get on top, because again, I was unable to really care for this or take care, manage it. Yeah, it just went wild. I'm just sort of seeing what happens when it goes wild. It's all pretty good, but oh look, here we go. If I remember rightly, I can't remember the look at that. I can't remember the breed of tomato, but they were this colour. Mm, straight from the garden. Very nice indeed. This is one of those jobs that give it another month or so, a month, I'd a guess, and I won't have to do. But sometimes, especially in the start of the season where this is always hard work, obviously it's longer, etc. But no, when this starts to slow down, I can get on to better things like building and creating, making my world better. So, yeah, as this slows down, the work doesn't slow down, it just changes direction. And that, the strimming is done. There was a hour and a half of my life going to the gym. Where else can you go and get fit, burn off some calories and make something look nice? Free of charge. Hello, Poppet. Hey. Yeah, come on, let's have a cup of tea. So there you go, folks. Tell me down in the comments there. Does it look good? I think it does. Anyway, time for a cup of tea before, well, final couple of things for the day. But cup of tea first. It's always satisfying, you know, when you feel that you've actually achieved something. And look down there. The most loyal dogs on the planet. I wonder why that is. Yeah? Because you want to be at that age. Yeah, good girls for sitting down. Mum first, stop getting so excited. Good girl. See if we can do the party trick. Twos. Good girl. That's our little party trick. Um, yeah, so, I don't know, middle of late afternoon, and this keeps soldiering on. And we look at the list of jobs to do, and where did I put it? There. Take it off, do the strimming. So there we go. Another one off the list, and I've got two more on here for the day. Another one for the comments. I've learned that putting down jobs, however small they are, you know, um, cut the mint back. That's one. That's to me, that's one job on there. But when I come up here and I have a cup of tea and I tick off, it helps spur me on instead of just being forgetful. Um, and I achieve more by working with lists. So I've always got to have the list there. And but I think to myself, yeah, this last week of being at home, as I said earlier, try and adjust to try and, for a better choice of words, recalibrate myself. um, I think it's a little bit of satisfaction, as you can see over in the picture there. I can actually have a few days looking at that. With normally through the summer, that gets done. Following morning, north of the gate, off we go again. So it's going to be pleasing to my eye, makes me feel good. Everybody's a winner. Um, I say this one, yeah, this week it's all been about stuff and just getting stuff, sorting stuff out. But that's all part of my process, and to get all my work related stuff tucked away, put away, not have to worry about it. Get on top of just generally getting on top of my world again. It's one of those situations that now, well, this evening, I'll be able to sit down because was I one more task today, and I don't know if you can quite see in the corner, but I've taken the netting off the strawberries, going to start getting the spiders, putting them in the compost, so we've got more strawberries for next year. I've ever told you I like strawberries, but I've got to get the potatoes up in a minute, and then once the potatoes are up, on the gardening side of life, I'm I'm pretty much there. I'm on top of things. Yes, I want to put chance a few more beetroot, things like that, just to see and see what I've got in the way of seeds to see if anything will come through. Also, garlic. I've got to start sorting garlic out because I like to get the early stuff in before the winter. It gives a better bulb. So there's never anything. I can't ever sit down and do nothing. Well, I can, but nothing will happen. And with what I've seen and heard and had conversations about in the outside world, which is really quite scary. I said people don't want to worry themselves about the latest iPhone 564 or whatever it is. Maybe they should learn how to grow potatoes, carrots. Don't grow flowers, grow food. And now, definitely for the fun people, boys and girls. Right, we have one wheelbarrow because I've got nowhere else to put the soil at the moment, and I need to empty out as we go. There's a potato that's no good for anything. That's the first one. But what we're going to do, one tire off, and then we're going to just dig down nice and slow. Potatoes, digging for gold. You know what? Digging for gold. These are gold because at the end of the day, these potatoes feed me and it saves me money. I get the enjoyment and the satisfaction of growing them, maintain them, look after them, and then they give me food throughout the winter. So there we go. I'm going to get on with this. See you in a bit. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is the result out of two of my tyre towers. Pick them up. Let's spread them all out roughly. All I do is give them a day, just so that compost that's around them can dry out, the air can get around them a bit, and then I shall store them better. But that to me, I'd like to say could be a little bit better than it was this year, the harvest. But then, as you know, for a lot of people, it's been a very hot and dry summer, and I've been away and been battling with trying to keep things watered. So maybe that's affected the yield. I don't know. Maybe you guys can answer that one for us. But there we go. I'm certainly not complaining. There's 1, 2, there's 3, 4, 5. They're going to be jacket spuds done on the bloody log burner. Good girl. Get you some dinner. You want some dinner, little one? Yeah? You going to get off that bed? Hey? Are you going to get off that bed? Come on. Come on then, girls. You know the routine. Come on. Good girls. Can't see it probably, it's got my readers on. Yeah, we're going to good girls. Wait. Wait. Ready? Steady. Go! Good girls. And that's the girls fed. Time for another cup of tea. Let that fester for a little while. Let me spoon. A bit of milk in there. Put that out. Yeah, so that's what's been going on this week. A whole lot of stuff. Not necessarily achieving, but you kind of know what I mean. And right, a nice evening, chilly mornings, lovely evenings, thankfully. I've got all the spuds in now. I'm on top of my world now. Now I can sort of start getting back to what I want to be doing. Yes, projects, building, etc, etc. And I'll do that. I'll say thank you, people. Thank you for putting up with me. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing, liking, commenting, all the other stuff that goes with it. Remember, the chicken logo's at the top there. That'll turn up in a bit. And all I'm going to do, a cup of tea, make my dinner, and then relax. Ready to go again tomorrow. And that, bang on cue, is fresh bread. How about that? I timed that one a little bit clever, didn't I? So what we have is a nice loaf of that's cool. Look at that. Let that cool down, and that's warm. Ta-da! Back to where I am at my happiest. Making my own bread, making my own food with my own produce. Yes, it's hard work. Yes, sometimes it seems relentless. But remember, folks, you only ever get out of anything what you're prepared to put in. Time for me to relax. See you next week.